You know, it might be easier for you to walk if you got 4 legs instead of 2.
No, I'm good. I got. And then Benny gets down on her hands and knees.
Hagen's gonna start
Feels
tossing
just
full
about
pokes
right.
of stuff at people, but like, carry this and this and this. Let's go.
Don't forget the chocolate bar.
Oh yeah, you're right. Snacks.
Mm.
Snacks. Here's more money. Okay, let's go.
And Father Bartamius, one thing you notice is that in the middle of town, the field that is normally there filled with covered in grass, it is growing oats and barley and hops and corn that seem to have sprouted up overnight.
Barley corn.
You say something, Father.
Your town's pagan burning ritual that summoned the demigod John Barleycorn.
I always prefer Johnny Appleseed.
Well,
Johnny got cold and I don't care. Johnny
you
got cold
likely
and I
prefer
don't care.
Johnny Honeysuckle the most, but that's beside the point. Oh. Small town pagan hick bullshit. Oh. Don't use these words, Benny.
And you're able to get all your stuff together and continue walking to get through the town. And as you're passing TJ Booker's, you notice that there is a symbol. The John Barleycorn mask is nailed up above the door. And TJ Booker is standing in the door looking out. He looks drunk. Y'all need a drink?
Nah, we're good. Barley crack cone and I don't
Hey
care.
there, TJ. Happy Prohibition.
Only a couple more days and then we won't have it no more. But oh my God, everyone's just buying everything I got. If you can make me some more meat, I'd be mighty obliged. I'm running out of alcohol here.
I'll do what I can.
All right. I'll send over a card or something at some point when I can. Ooh. I think I've been drinking too much.
You and me both there, buddy.
You get going and I'll send a card later. Oh my God.
All right, now you take care. Be safe.
All right.
No walking and drinking and driving and drinking.
I think it's kind of cute how the kiddies were drinking too. It seemed I didn't see him drinking, but your kitty looks like she's been drinking. She's walking on all fours. That's a good one. Good idea, kid.
Yeah. She's a smart one.
See you later. And he sort of slides down the door well to the ground. And as you exit the town proper, you start to feel a little bit of yourself coming back. It doesn't go away completely, but it lessens enough that you can feel yourself again as a person.
Hagen's gonna set down the poke she's carrying, walk behind a tree, you just hear and then
and you throw up alcohol. And you know you're throwing up alcohol, and you did not drink any alcohol.
I am abstaining from alcohol for a year.
She's gonna come back like she has the worst cotton mouth and hangover in her life and just starts going through the pokes to be like, do I have to go back into this drunkenness to get anything?
Is there any wild mint in the area?
Oh yeah, there's wild mint there.
You see Bartimaeus pick a handful and he offers a bit to Tegan, a bit to Walter, a little bit to Benny. Chew it helps.
She's gonna wipe hers off on her vest first and then chew it.
Benny runs behind a tree and throws up. Be right back.
Right.
Okay, Hungover Tegan is going through the pokes to make sure we got everything. does she need to attempt to go back into town and get more drunk
You don't.
again?
You got everything you need.
Okay. She's like, hey, let's go get a roof's worth of nails.
Tegan, did you get that candy bar like I was asking?
Yep, I got 2.
Only one of them was thrown up on
Yeah.
into the bag, but hey,
Maybe don't
wrapped.
eat this one, but eat this one.
It's a Hershey bar. It's in a wrapper, you know.
It's fine.
Wipe it off.
Here you go, kid. Have some chocolate.
Benny, you ever had any chocolate before?
Of course I had chocolate before.
Oh, good. All right. Here, have some.
Delicious.
Did I use that as an opportunity to run and go get a piece of damn cornbread?
That chocolate
sitting
tastes
here-
like cornbread. Oh, that will definitely soak up.
I could
that
not stop
alcohol.
thinking about the cornbread.
Think I can get a piece of that cornbread?
I brought 2.
You get to
This is the kind of method acting I'm into.
you get to Tegan's house, and of course part of the roof is gone. And as you're heading that way, you see the log lady coming your way down the road, not like she was at your house, but walking down the street.
The who?
The log lady, the one who carries the log that her husband's soul is
Oh,
trapped in.
that one. Okay, yeah.
What was
Yeah.
her name? Ms. Abercrombie.
Yeah, I was gonna come see you, Walter. I got a question about. Do you know anything about wood?
Hey there, Ms. Abercrombie. Know any? I mean, a little bit here and there. What you got?
Well, everybody in town has been drinking, and they're all drunk, and I can't get no help. I thought I'd come out this way and see if I could find somebody, Tegan maybe, or you. I think it's good that both y'all are here. You know the spirit of my departed husband Lawson is in my log, right? You know that, right?
Yep.
My log it's changed color a little bit. It's darkening, and I'm a little worried. He's telling me that he's warning me that the bleeding tree is going to try and kill him and myself and everyone in town. And if anybody knows anything about feeling what's going on with wood, it's Lawson. He is in the wood.
I'd say that's probably pretty accurate. You mind if I take a look at him real quick?
And her eyes open a little bit, like, yeah, you. And
Just want to give him a good once over. Just make sure he's looking okay.
And she reluctantly hands you the log. It's kind of heavy. It's kind of surprising. She's carries this around all the time, like everywhere, every minute of every day.
She's got
Her arms are strong.
back
Yeah,
muscles.
Her back is strong.
Respectfully, I take it. I don't take it like just a piece of wood. I take
Yeah.
it almost like a child.
Yeah, she actually steps closer to kind of inspect your inspection, make sure you're being respectful.
And I just kind of give it like a once over, turn it this way and that, and kind of. And I am trained in using and understanding magic. If that's
Using what?
using and understanding magic,
All right.
as well as finding or noticing small details.
Okay.
I can read the help action for the identifying object and noticing small details.
All right.
And I can do for the understanding magic.
And I'm 30 feet
so,
away.
So you get a roll. You get it eased by one.
Over on the bench.
You get help, so it is eased by one. You can roll an understanding.
And Tegan has closed her eyes, put her ear on the log, and is like tapping around it.
I got an 18.
So there is definitely something about the quality of this wood that don't feel right. It feels like it should have been rotted away by now, but it seemed very healthy. And Tegan, when she comes over, she puts her head to it or something. And Tegan, you hear, "Howdy, Tegan," from in your ear hole. And no one else hears that. And she's like, you okay, Tegan? Did he say hi to you?
Universe,
I thought
is
I
that
heard
you?
him.
Universe, is that you?
Universe, that's Lawson's, my husband.
Oh, hi, Lawson. Are you Universe? Lawson, are you the Universe?
And Lawson says, I'm in the log. When I passed away, I put my spirit in the log.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I can
How
be
you
with
feeling?
my wife forever.
How you feeling, bud?
I feel like there's some danger afoot, and I'm trying to warn my wife. She needs to maybe get out of town. It ain't safe. That other tree, its wood it's creeping doom.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad things. I agree with the absconding from this location as the bleeding tree, the Tawatas, and the apocalyptic worms in the mine are all happening at the same time. Probably a good idea. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that thing knows that I'm here. It's I don't know if you can tell, but there's some dark tinges on the end of my wood, and I'm not sure what happened. It's like it's attacking me through whatever it can attack through. I don't know how it happens.
And when you say it, you mean the bleeding tree is attacking
Yeah, that thing
you?
is evil.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Father.
Yes, Tegan.
Do you maybe want to like remove the black thingies that are from the bleeding tree on this nice fine gentleman here with your silvered things?
No. It's like attacking my spirit. Like it's darkening the wood where I've been hurt.
I appreciate that, fine fellow.
Mrs. Abercrombie,
Yes, Father.
you don't know who I am. My name is Father
I
Bartimaeus.
can tell you got one of those Catholic things.
That is correct. You know, I, being respectful towards you and towards, Lawson, who is within the log, would you mind if I examined him as well for a moment?
If you try and chase him out of that thing, I will
I
not
have no
be
desire
okay with that.
I have no desire to separate you from your husband. That is not my desire. There are things at here that are much more important than a man who loved his wife so much that he denied heaven in order to be with her. I'm not here to separate you two. I am not here to chase him out of the log. I am not here to exorcise him from this plane. That is not why I'm here.
All right, Walsh, you can give him to him for a minute.
I'm just gonna explain the download to Father and be like, so the bleeding tree is psychically, magically, solely
Spiritually.
attacking
Spiritually.
yeah, that word, the log and Mr. in it.
Lawson, can you hear me?
You get no response.
Yeah. Does Tegan get a response? If she's still listening.
If you put your your ear to the wood, you can hear.
Yeah,
But if you
I'll
just
put my
speak
ear
to
to
it.
the
No.
Yeah.
I'm still pushing my ear to the wood, like, Mr. Lawson.
Tell
I'm the
that
operator tonight.
whoever's asking me, I can hear him.
He can hear you, Father.
Okay. Lawson, my name is Father Bartimaeus. I'm from the Catholic Church. I'm not here to remove you from the log. I'm not here to separate you from your wife. You are in a very unique position where you have a better understanding of what is going on in this place in a spiritual level than anyone else that I can ask. As I say this, I'm looking over these dark spots to see if there is anything I can do to ease the pain or do anything, as it were, in regards to that.
Do you know anything about like healing plants or anything like that?
Can I roll to see if I know anything about healing plants?
I'm gonna say a no on that one.
That's fair. I do, however, know what can expel evil and leave good alone. So I am going to take a little bit of holy oil and just very lightly, just on those dark spots, apply very thin amounts. Again, I'm not trying to force him out of the wood. But I'm just trying to, do what I can to ease the pain, as it were.
Make me a using magic roll.
19.
So when you put it on the wood, Tegan, you get the distinct impression that it actually causes a little pain to Lawson. Like, it is uncomfortable for his spirit to be pressured in this way.
I'm gonna, as long as it's like in Tegan's mind, a reasonable amount of pain, because she just saw Walter have a nail stuck in him to get a thorn out. Before she'll stop the father from doing it.
The word was skewered.
Yeah, that was the exact word.
So as he rubs it onto the spots, you hear Lawson kind of, that don't feel right. I feel like I'm getting smaller, using less of the wood. Like, is this a thing that's gonna like take some of the wood from me, some of my log?
It shouldn't. Hey, Father, maybe we want to dial back the oiling.
Fair enough. I apologize. I was simply trying to... Have you ever had to burn, when you were alive, Lawson, have you ever had to burn a wound to make sure that it heals properly?
No. We had
You were lucky.
I always had Gazi or Antipavati. One of those two could always help.
I'm assuming that Tegan is acting as the relay for this.
Yeah, he says Gazi and Bhavati have always been helpful in that regard instead of the burden. I have, though it hurts.
You are very lucky in this community to have those two wonderful wise women to assist you. There is a little bit of pain, but I was trying to stop the spread of what is trying to infect you. I apologize if that's caused you any discomfort.
And the log lady, she takes the log. It's all right. Thank you for trying. I think I am actually going to go maybe see Gazi or Antipavati. One of the two of them should be maybe more in tune with Lawson.
Gazi's asleep.
Yeah, I might also maybe request some sort of like vague protection magic, given your husband's description of the thing attacking him.
Yeah, I'll talk to them about that. I'm sure they can give me something to keep the attacks at bay or whatever it's doing.
Also, once you do that, maybe politely follow your husband's suggestions to get the heck out of Dodge.
That was my suggestion. You taking my advice and saying it's yours? She
Yes,
yells at the log.
For maybe like a month or two, and like a nice vacation, like a renewal of vows and like a new honeymoon.
Yeah.
And go away for a couple months and then come back and then pronounce it. It will be fine. Okay.
I think I'm gonna go see Lawson's sister. She lives over in Kentucky, not too far. We can get there.
That's
in
a
a couple
very
days.
wise idea. It's a very wise idea.
If we're not all dead, you can come back and join us. What?
Tegan, you ought not stay if that's what you're thinking is going to happen. You ought to maybe you should get everyone out of the town rather than try and save the town if you think that everyone's going to die. And she's acting very serious about what you said.
There's a non-zero chance that it won't matter, but there's also a non-zero chance that getting the heck out of here would be good for you. I
don't know what that means. I'm just gonna get going.
Probably a good
I
idea.
would recommend doing so.
Yep. Have fun in Kentucky.
And a bit later, you get to Tegan's, and the roof is still damaged. The boom of the door and windows is still showing. The black singe marks around the building's windows and doors are still there. It looks like it's been through a little bit of a boom.
You visibly see once the house is fully in sight, Tegan looks like she has deflated and has to take like a moment to take a deep breath. And then is like, okay, Walter, you get some fires going because we're going to need to melt down the soap, the tallow, and the fat so we can get the booms going. Benny, I need you to start collecting all the loose shrapnel in one area. Father, me, you going on the roof to get the nails. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yes, ma'am.
You go through all your activities. When you finish up, you notice that out on the porch, there are jugs of what look like moonshine jugs. And not just one or two, there's like 20, and you know they weren't there before. They would have blocked your entrance into the house.
I'm gonna open it up and give it a quick sniff. Because if it's actual moonshine, it's gonna burn too much to sniff it too deeply.
It's moonshine.
Ooh, that's gonna be good for the boom.
Is it really good moonshine?
It is superb.
It is ethanol and ready to burn for a boom.
I believe this
Okay,
is...
but like, how did it get here?
I'm not asking questions anymore.
I believe that John Barleycorn is paying dues. This isn't an uncommon thing when buildings are damaged by entities that don't intend to cause harm.
I mean, it's awfully nice.
Which does mean this. This also means this could also be magic moonshine.
So better for the boom.
Sounds like something that might kill some worms, if you ask me.
I'm gonna put one jug aside. No, 2 jugs aside for later use for Tegan.
For personal consumption?
Yeah. Well, and experimenting. It's gifted by a deity, okay? And 18 jugs ready for the boom.
Basically holy water.
Yeah, it's my version of holy water.
Not far off. You see...
It's a little closer to holy fire.
Was that Benny or Nekola that said that?
Porque no los dos. It was both.
Fair enough.
Yes.
It's not... I'm going to try something.
Okay.
You swore off alcohol.
I'm not drinking it. I'm not drinking it.
For a year.
I'm blessing it.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Because one of the easiest ways to bless an object is to douse it in a blessed liquid.
So you're blessing the moonshine?
I'm blessing all of the moonshine.
All right. So you go through your process. Can you make me a using magic roll?
Of course I can. I'm going to burn an XP. It was not a 1. For a 20, that was worth it. Went from a 2 to a 20.
So the jugs themselves change color, and you actually smell kind of a rancidness to the moonshine.
Father, does that usually happen?
No, it doesn't.
Is it still good?
I pour a little bit into a cup. Match?
Yeah. And
I take a quick sniff of the moonshine.
all right.
Besides smelling rancid, do I pick up anything like wrong with it besides it just what kind of ramp, like it's turned, or
it has a taste like you've been alive long enough. You've probably had moonshine that had been made improper and could potentially blind people, like the alcohol was wrong.
Yep.
And the liquid in it is wrong. Can you make me a religion roll?
Oh, don't drink that. 18.
You think you may have unblessed it because it was blessed by John Barleycorn, not the Lord Jesus.
You exercised it.
But it's probably still
There was a
flammable.
chance of that happening. There's a chance of that happening.
Tegan said that she put 2 of them aside.
Right. The 2 aside I didn't touch. Those were Tegan's for personal use.
No one knows.
Those I did not touch.
Yep.
Right. Those two were not. Well, on the plus side, if it has the head in it, I take a match. Still burn. Actually, even burn better now.
Still burn.
And I just want to explain to you all how terrible it smells around the house right now, because we've been cooking soap and tallow and
Smells like a normal
animal
day
fat.
over at your house.
And I have taken every spare like cloth and like cloth-like thing in the house and soaked it as well, so we can give it some shape. So we just have a giant crate of like goop.
And while you're waiting for her to finish, and a car drives up, you see that the car of Jennifer Love comes up the field to you. And when it does, I mean, the lights are on, but you know it's the only car in town anyway, so you recognize when they come up. The lights go off, and she and someone else gets out of the car. Tegan, you okay in there? How you doing, Walter? What happened here? And the guy looks at Jennifer and goes, she may not have the dynamite ready. And he looks up at the hole in the roof. Is Tegan all right?
Tegan is stock still where they're mixing up the stuff. Because she heard the voice and she's like, shit, 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 shit. Not good social situation.
I feel
Not
like
even
Benny.
What?
No, go ahead.
I feel like Benny has assumed the position like Gazzy's horses, and is just like out there trying to be intimidating a little bit, but she's still a human. She's just like guarding the property. Just like, what do you want with Tegan?
I love that so much.
What do you want with Tegan?
Well, she is a good friend of mine, and this is Mr. Nix from the mines. She's supposed to be making some dynamite for us, because we need to reach a deeper vein so we can open up some more coal, you know? Who are you? Are you Tegan's niece or something?
Sure.
I'm Miss Love.
Okay, you sound safe. And Benny will like take her. Tegan.
You ever drive
Tegan
a car?
is like elbow deep into making explosives.
And she looks at Mr. Nix and goes, can you go check on her? I want to see if Benny here has ever driven a car. Like, I think she looks like she'd be fun to drive. Would you like to try driving my car a little bit? It's a big open field here. Ain't nothing to hit. And you ain't the first kid I've ever let drive it.
No.
All right.
No, thank you.
All right. Most of the kids love driving it when they get a chance.
We got some things going on. Might I ask what you're looking for? Tegan's a little busy, a little preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah, and she looks at the roof. She goes, "Well, she's supposed to be making me some dynamite for a commission that we ordered, and I'm kind of." And she looks up again. I'm kind of wondering if she succeeded and then unsucceeded, or
The roof is even more disassembled than it was because we took all the nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of concerned whether she's
I've been
okay.
hanging out
Like, Can I?
Oh
check
yeah,
on
she's
her?
all right. I've been hanging out with her for the past couple of days, and I think she ran into a few snags on the way to making your order. But
Is that one of the
I tell you what,
snags
I'll
up
tell you
there?
that you stopped by. What was that?
Is that one of the snags? And she points to the roof and the windows that are blown out.
Oh well, yeah, you know Tegan though. I mean, that's just another Tuesday. But I tell her that you stopped by. She's she's in the thick of it right now, trying to get some things together. Um,
Did,
but yeah, I can leave a message for her,
did you meet her, Father
and
Bartemius?
I intentionally like step in front of Mister
Oh
Nix's way.
no.
I didn't think so. You hadn't met her yet. Father, you know we ain't got no Catholic church in
Not
What
town.
did you say?
She looks over at the priest and she's like, Father, we ain't got no Catholic church in town. Are you here to establish one?
I'm here to make sure that everything is going on as supposed to be going on.
Well, I can tell you, ain't nothing going on good until for a few more days. Then people stop drinking. Oh my God, I've never seen so many people drunk in my life. I mean, being Catholic, you of
It's been
course know
quite the
that,
experience.
yeah, you of course know that drink is only a sin if you indulge too far. I think everybody has sinned in the last
If
couple
you
of days, though.
overindulge temperance.
What?
Right. And all sin can be forgiven. Well, most sins can be forgiven
Yeah, I agree. Boy, they could use a little bit of
with
that.
proper penance.
Although honestly, I don't know if anyone here is actually Catholic. I think they're all Methodist and Presbyterian. Those are the two
No.
churches we have in town. And she puts
The
her
Lord,
hand
the
out.
Lord
She,
dictates that we tend to all of God's children.
she walks toward you and she puts her hand out.
He takes it.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Jennifer Love. I'm one of the partners in the mine. And she shakes your hand.
Father Bartimaeus, from St. Louis.
Oh wow, that's quite a long journey.
It was.
How are the Browns doing?
Well, there's a chance that they might actually go all the way this year, so I'm quite happy about that.
Very nice. I love myself a little baseball.
One of America's best pastimes.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Walter. Please let her know that I do need to get my order as soon as I can. We got to get that vein cracked, and it ain't happening until she can supply. I mean, luckily she's only providing half the supply we need because we needed a lot more than she could do. But we'll get there. I let her know we'll probably need it by early next week. So we got a little bit of time. I just wanted to see if there was progress made, and I'd say it may have been, and may not have been.
Yeah, I'll let her know that you stopped by.
And she bends over and puts a knee to the ground. And you, little one, what's your name?
Benny?
Benny. Nice to meet you, Benny. I'm Jennifer. Oh, this is Mr. Nix. He is my foreman. He is. Oh, let her know we need our carts prepared too. That's what he came for. We need to get her in the mines. We need to get these repairs done too. I mean, I hate to be calling on her so hard, but we really do need to get all this stuff up and running proper. Benny, do you have you been to Guilty Hole? Have you been here in Guilty Hole long?
I came with the father.
Oh. And she looks at the father like, I'm not going to ask that question. And she wipes a little smudge off your cheek. Looks like you got a little dirt there. But don't worry. All the kids here get dirty all the time. How old are you?
11?
Oh my gosh. one more year, you could work in the mines if you're interested in the job. You can work. We'd be interested. We're always looking for youngins that are strong body, strong mind to work.
She has other prospects.
Can I interrupt this exchange with? I would like to influence one of my bees to go buzz around her head.
Okay. And, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to swat at the bee, Mr. Gwynn, and she backs
watch
me.
it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Nixon. Come on, let's get going. Thank you for letting her know, and we'll we look forward to getting the stuff next week. Have a good night, everyone. And she turns the lights on and backs up, and turns and fades into the field in the direction of what will eventually be the road.
As soon as she is out of earshot, like getting into the vehicle, Benny's gonna like grab Walt's shirt and be like, why wasn't she messed up like everybody else we've been meeting?
I don't know. That whole exchange was weird. You got that?
A lot of that was weird, but
if the issue is in the mine, in the bowels of the mine,
you are barking right up the same tree I was.
the last person in this moment I would trust is the capitalist landowner wishing nothing more than to expend their products by digging deeper than one should dig.
Also, why did she just offer to let me drive her car? I feel
Because
like
she
that's
was
the weirdest part of this exchange.
She's got candy in there, apparently. That's what it sounded like to me.
Oh, benevolent voice of God, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Love that you responded to that. Can I do a retrospective roll in regards to Jennifer Love to see if anything twinged my senses about something being wrong?
Sure.
Uh, 17.
Yeah, something felt wrong about her. There's something not right about that person.
Yeah. There's Benny. We're keeping our distance from her as much as we can. Don't worry.
From the back of the house, once the car is gone, you just hear Tika go, she was covered in something I'm pretty sure wasn't red paint. It's just still pouring and mixing it.
What?
Don't worry about it, Benny.
Come walking out the door like a real Walter White moment.
Yeah, like I've taken off the vest and the hat. Goggles are fully down. You see like a handkerchief over my nose and mouth. I've got gloves like all the way up to the shoulder.
Anyways, let's get this stuff blessed.
Benny just goes back to picking up like shrapnel pieces, even though she's probably got most of it by now. She just busies herself with that.
Well, Tegan's got to do a crafting roll.
Yes. What I'm going for is a set of 8x8 by mason jar, a little taller than mason jar size crates, lining the inside of the crates with the mason jars because they're about 2-inch diameters, so we'll take the outside 2 inches. And alternate between moonshine and what we'll put the holy water blessed shrapnel in. And then the like explosive concoction in the middle of the mason jar so it explodes out and breaks them.
Okay.
Is what I'm going for.
All right. Let's see a good roll. Or a 1.
Okay.
I believe.
I am trained in crafting and in crafting ciphers and artifacts.
All right. This would be crafting ciphers and artifacts.
Okay, let's do this. This is
Although
fun,
it's not an
guys.
artifact, it would be a cipher.
Yeah, I mean you can only explode it once.
Yes. One.
Yeah,
Are we gonna?
Are
we gonna keep playing every week if we accidentally die right now?
Roll
That's
one.
it. If that's it, that's it. Boom.
So I rolled a 16.
All right. So you put all this together, and you're like being very careful, and you're lining the things up proper. And
Everybody hold your breath while I pour.
Do you have them all hang out in the house while you do it, or are they outside?
No, but I'm assuming they're milling about, and I just shout
Still
that. I don't
holding
care
our
where they are. I'm like, I don't care where you are, just hold your breath.
The boxes get completed, you get everything assembled, and you can breathe again. It feels like it's all done.
Okay. So the adults are the only people that are gonna carry these crates.
Makes sense.
Yep. Here, how many boxes did you make?
How many boxes did that crafter girl give me?
I need dice. What the heck? I don't usually need dice in this game, but... You made 5.
There are 5 boxes.
What is the weight per box?
I would think 8 by 8 by like 6 jars.
Inches?
Moonshine. Yeah. Because
okay.
a mason jar is like this tall.
Yeah.
So 8 by 8 by at least 6. Mason jars, half of them are filled with moonshine, plus whatever terrible concoction.
They may be too heavy to carry.
Yeah, we might have to get like a
you may have
hand
to make
cart
them
or something. Or get a hand cart.
We could split them up.
Or, actually, the Tegan solution would be to add some straps so you can put them on someone's back.
Let's not do that.
That would be the Tegan solution.
I like the idea of Tegan making that offer, and then just Walt and Bartimaeus are both like...
Tegan's like, I can get backpackable.
Once we get it in the mine, we might not have to really carry it around if we can get it into a cart.
We still have to get it to the mine, and I'd rather not be walking around with, no offense, make Tegan, they're fantastic bombs, but a bomb on my back.
I mean, it's not the worst backpack bomb I've ever made.
Is it possible for us to carry them? A handcart will probably actually be the most useful way of doing this.
I'm sure Tegan's got one around here someplace.
She's probably
right?
got like a radio flyer wagon or something. Carry 2 or 4 at most.
Perfect.
We can put most of them in there. Someone is going to have to carry the remaining one, though.
Yeah, I'll carry them. That's fine.
Okay. The child should probably remain about 30 feet away from, 60 feet away. No,
120?
really far away from the bombs.
As far as possible from the bombs.
Benny contemplates being a flying creature, but I can't hold the form that long. So
Tegan does hand the father and Benny buckets of nails that we have to go bless.
Benny can carry nails.
And you are pretty exhausted from the making of all this stuff. It took a lot out of you, and it is the middle of the night at this point. Mm-hmm. Do you plan on going to the mine now?
No, we want the sun on our back as much as possible for this.
All right. So, you all, I don't know, what do you do out in the rest of the night? No one else comes to visit.
I think we should at least go bless the nails, even if we're not going to the mines.
I'm going to go ahead and bless the nails, and I'm going to do what I can to make sure that spiritually we are protected from everything going on around us.
Okay.
And unlike the moonshine, I can't unbless these nails.
No, you cannot.
Aside from that, I think we should probably rest up. I think we're going to have a big day tomorrow.
It is a 19 to bless the nails.
Nice. You feel very strongly that the blessing took.
Fantastic.
I'm going to put together Don't Die in the Mine packs for the new people.
You all get some sleep through the night. Finally get a little bit of rest. You ain't getting good rest. Benny, when the night goes quiet though, you hear you start hearing the crows out there. They're always talking, chattering, and you know, their chitter chatter goes on all day, all night. You sleep?
Does it sound like the normal, or does it sound like there's a problem outside?
They just seem to be talking. You know when crows are talking to each other. You don't know what they're saying unless you're a crow, but you know that they're talking.
I think I don't know if Tegan's place has windows, but I think
it has no windows at this point. They
Not
were blown
anymore.
out.
Not anymore. You actually have better access.
that's very true. I think I do. I think if they're making a ton of noise, I think Benny would, just out of curiosity, like sneak out to the door to like watch them and listen to them, because you know, flying animals or something that she's aspirational. She's probably done it once or twice, but you know.
Yeah, and you hear them all crowing out there, and one of them lands on the porch where you're sitting by the door. Ah! And it hops a few steps toward you.
Can I pull some cornbread out?
Sure, yeah, got some in your pocket. You have pocket cornbread.
And give. Always got walking cornbread.
Yes.
And give it a little bit of cornbread.
It happily takes it up. And a few moments later, you see another crow come in and land on the porch next to the other one. And they quiet down their noise. One of them sits in the windowsill, looks around, and then hops down, and they stop making chattering noises. But they wait and look at you a lot.
I mean, I think I mean, this is Nekola's dream, to have a murder of crows. No, no, Benny will like share around the cornbread. She's really like, she goes through like a series of facial expressions because she's like, what? That was not one of them. That was my cat knocking my microphone around.
Oh, the birds are drawing the cats in.
She's really torn because she wants to like, and like on a normal night, she would just like, don't eat my cornbread. She would just be off and run off with like these crows and, you know, do a little bit of exploring. But she's kind of feeling the importance of what we're about to do and decides against it.
And one of the crows comes in, and instead of taking cornbread, because there's not much left, it drops a worm like it's trying to feed you, like an earthworm. Like it's bringing you a gift.
Oh, I love it so much.
And
my cat Hank just tried to eat my cornbread, and then when I couldn't let him eat my cornbread, he just started drinking my water out of my cup.
And it picks up the worm, and it takes a few steps forward and drops it again, and jumps back.
She'll pick up the worm, like wait, it's a regular worm, right?
Yeah, an earthworm.
Okay. She'll pick up she's not squeamish about bugs. She'll pick up the worm. And I think she takes the one that gives her a worm. She takes a penny out of her pocket and gives it to the crow.
Oh, it takes the penny happily. Oof. Nice shiny penny. Wow. And it picks it up and it flies off. And then the other ones that are there, they kind of step forward in a circle, and a couple more arrive.
She didn't have that many pennies.
You feel like they're just coming in for you. They're enjoying you.
Yeah, I think
another one brings you a little beetle that has some of its legs pulled off inadvertently, but it's alive and it drops it on the ground in front of you.
She takes the stuff from the crows she's still drinking the water out of the cup. Sorry, it's very distracting. She takes the beetle and she takes the worm. She doesn't eat them in front of the crows. But she exchanges it for like little bits of, she doesn't go for the penny again. That was just the first one. But I'm sure there's little bits of things that have fallen, some of the shrapnel pile that she collected. She kind of exchanges it.
And while you're sitting there with all the crows, the biggest crow you've ever seen lands on the end of the porch. And the other crows kind of back off. And when you see it, its face is a little different. Do you have anything that tells you about animals?
No.
I'll give you an intellect roll, just straight up. You what?
Yeah, no, I don't think I do, because living off the land wouldn't give me animals. It only gives me plants. My cat is just making a disaster. Intellect defense, but that's it. That doesn't count.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Okay, so just a regular intelligence check. You know what? Can I let whatever this is? I have not used edge before, but I know that it will cost me. I would like to apply effort to this.
Okay, so it costs you one. Do you have edge and intellect?
I do.
Okay, so it costs you one less to do it.
Oh, I didn't even need to, but it still did, because I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh. You have seen these. You know this is a raven, not a crow. And you've only seen a couple of ravens, and you know that they're all in the same family. The crows kind of back away, and it looks at you. It's big enough that it's almost looking eye to eye with you. Height-wise, you're sitting on the ground.
Hello.
Hello.
What?
And you have never heard a bird talk like that?
No, I have not. What? Wait, wait. How are you?
How are you?
Oh. Are you just mimicking me?
Mimicking, guilty hole.
Guilty hole. Well, that's pretty cool. Where did you come from? You can't answer me.
Where did you come from? And it kind of flutters its wings out, and the crows back away a little bit more.
You better be nice to my crow friends.
And it turns its head sideways, kind of like, and it looks over at the other birds, almost like it has an understanding, although obviously it don't. It's just mimicking. And the crows sort of stay kind of where they are, but bounce a little bit. And it drops an acorn.
The raven does?
Yep, out of its mouth.
I take the acorn and invite it to my bird army. I take the acorn and I give it a little shiny bit from my little pile that I've got from the shrapnel bits. Well, I don't know if it... Actually, I think I exchange it for a worm.
And it takes the worm and gobbles it up in a moment. Deep! and it flies off for a moment. For a moment, it flies off. The crows all stay there.
Deep.
And
That's a clue.
10 minutes later, it shows up again, carrying a bit of, well, you're not sure. Maybe it's plant fiber or something. And it steps toward you. It doesn't drop it. It just steps toward you and it puts its beak almost even with your nose. And this thing is hanging out its beak.
I hold my hand, like in between her little faces.
And it drops into your hand. And you realize it's a bit of rope torn off something. And it flies off, and the crows all follow after. And they disappear into the darkness. And Father Bartimaeus, you think you hear Benny talking to somebody out on the porch. It's the middle of the night. Everybody's gone to sleep, and you kind of wake up hearing this, what sounded like a bit of a conversation, but maybe not. You were half asleep, though. But Benny is sitting in the doorway, where there would be a door if the door was connected.
Still holding her hand up to her face with this fiber in it.
Child.
So that's not something they say in the 20s. Yeah?
What do you have there?
A raven just brought it to me.
A raven? Well, that's an interesting creature to find out here.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Well, I was feeding some crows. Who brought me? And then I hold out and the beetle like walks off my hand. But then the raven just dropped this off. Well, first they gave me the acorn, and then they gave me this. But they also said deep. Ravens can talk.
Ravens can talk.
Okay,
Ravens
cool.
can talk.
So I wasn't drunk.
No, not on this one, child.
Okay. It looks like a rope of some kind. And it said deep.
It's interesting.
That's the only word it said that I didn't say.
Do you mind if I see the rope for a moment?
Yeah. Don't unbless it.
Inspecting the rope.
It's a bit of rope. Normal rope.
It's rope.
Okay.
Can I tell? Is there like any sort of like dirt or debris or detritus in the rope?
It's dirty.
Okay.
Looks like it's been broken or cut off of another piece of rope that's bigger.
Maybe in the morning I can I could probably track where it came from.
Why don't we do that?
Now or in the morning?
In the morning. In
Okay.
the morning. We rest first.
Okay.
God sometimes sends us information and guides in the most unpeculiar ways. And I think that this is one of those moments where your kinship with animals and your connection to the natural world might have allowed you an insight that most might not have been able to get. And I think that it would be very prudent of us to examine what it is that we now have to work with that.
Okay. And she
But you
kind
need to
of
get to sleep.
okay. And she puts the little piece of rope like on the windowsill that there were
Why
no
don't you
windows,
keep-
but there's a windowsill.
Why don't you keep that with you, just to be on the safe side?
Well, I don't want to like
This is-
dirty it up with my smell.
Well,
But okay.
I would rather not something come a cry and think that it was a fine piece of rope for a nest.
Okay. All right. And Benny goes back inside and then goes to where she was laying and like a typical 11-year-old, bam, out.
Yeah.
You dream of flying that night, which occasionally you do. You know that's definitely a dream. But unlike the other nights, you're dreaming of flying at night. You've always dreamed about flying in the day with the sun out. And this is different. It's flying in the darkness, but you can see the silhouettes of the trees and the branches in a way that you had never noticed before. You've never had a dream where you flew at night, so this is all kind of new. And you hear all these sounds, but mostly you hear the caws and the cackles of the different corvids, the grackles, the crows, the ravens, and all those birds. And you find yourself at a hole on the ground. And it looks familiar, but not the same, just similar. Sorry, the wolves are howling out there too. And there is a little bit of light rising up from in the hole. And the light, you realize, is coming from an eyeball staring out from the depth. And you wake up in the early morning. Everyone else is already awake, and you wake up eyes bug-eyed and popping up like an uncomfortable moment, and you are sweating a little bit. And you see everyone else sitting at the table getting ready to eat a little breakfast. Not a particularly good breakfast, I suspect. I don't think Tegan is a breakfast maker. Much of a breakfast maker.
At least not for this many people.
Morning, Benny.
Morning. I had a weird dream.
You look like you saw a ghost.
I had a weird dream. It's just probably because I saw the big eye in the tunnel. That I dreamed that I saw the big eye in the tunnel.
You're muted, Father Bartimaeus.
There we go. That would be quite the disconcerting dream.
I also dreamed that I don't know. I was dreaming I was flying, but like that's not new. But like that I flew to one of the holes, and I saw the eye. I don't know. Maybe all those corvids last night were just making me my imagination go crazy.
Do you have a lot of crows in Guilty Hole?
Oh, yeah. Although there may be more right now than other times, but sure, there's a lot of crows there.
Tegan is like in full morning zombie mode and just grunts at you.
I see someone is not a usual waker with the Lord's embrace to meet the day.
Pours more of what looks like a mud from a thermos and pours another one for Benny and just slides it over to Benny and grunts again. And it's just like...
Benny, I would not drink that. Benny, I would not drink that.
Does the father consistently watch Benny?
No, of course not.
Okay, Benny. When the father's not looking, Benny's gonna drink it.
To put it in terms of cats, your eyes have now dilated and you've gone full zoomy.
Yes.
The child did not need that.
Tegan just grunts at you again until they've had like a third or fourth cup of this mud, and then is more normal.
Walter is like already moving shit around and getting the wagon together and putting things together. Like he's ready to go.
And while you're out there, you see Professor Irwin coming up the field toward the house at a slow, deliberate pace. He seems to be kind of looking up and out more than forward. And as he's walking, you're hearing whispers in the distance. And they don't say nothing. They just feel like they're sounds. And his hands are like bent into shapes. And, Walter, can I ask you something?
Professor, you all right?
I don't think so.
Reaching
Well,
for the hammer and nails.
Walter's the only one out there that sees them. I'm hearing things all the time now, and it's got me a little worried. Like, and not only am I hearing all these things, I think I know what they're saying, and in this, my hands keep wanting to make shapes that I ain't never made. And when I do, words come into my head that I ain't never thought. And I'm not sure what's happening with me. Can you hear anything? Or do you know what? Maybe the Father would help. Maybe, I don't know. You look a mite bit confused at all this.
And you said I do hear whispers or noise.
Yeah, just for a brief moment, and he stops walking. I'm sorry I not bring this to y'all. And he turns and starts walking away. I'll go
grab
back
him.
to Gazzy. I think maybe she could help. And he very very weakly turns. I didn't sleep last night, and I can't get those things out of my head that I was looking at in that vision, and I'm really worried about a lot of things now that I ain't never worried about. Do you think we're gonna die today?
Not if we have something to say about it. Father? And I call into the Father.
Oh.
Yes, Walt.
Our professor friend is back, and I think he could use some help.
I'm all right, thank you, Father.
You hold him there.
I keep seeing some footprints, like all over the place, but they ain't normal size. They're like bigger than me.
Well, we've seen him too. That's not just in your head.
Oh God, thank goodness.
Now, what's going on out here?
I keep hearing the creaking of the worms. I think I hear them under the ground, just twisting and burrowing, and like I feel the motion of what's happening. I think, and his hand goes into a weird shape, and you have seen symbols created out of hands to cast spells, and he goes, "Oh, that one means ichor from soil." I don't know why I know that. It just has come to my head. I'm not sure what's happened to me, Father, but never mind. I don't think I ought to be around all of y'all. I ain't in a good place of, good mindset right now. I need to go talk to Gazzy. I think maybe she'll know what to do. And he's sweating and dripping, and it is cold out here.
Why don't you won't make it back to Gazzy's in this state. Why don't you sit for a moment?
I got drunk coming here, and I never
Yeah,
drank nothing.
And you'll get drunker going back. I suggest that you sit for a moment and let me help you.
All right, I'm gonna sit right here. And he just sits down in the grass, and he looks at you, and his eyes just look distant. And he doesn't look at you; he just kind of looks through you.
Yep.
And you hear some whispers on the wind, just a few.
It's okay. I hear whispers all the time.
Right. No big deal. Same kind of thing.
No big
Except
deal.
You don't understand.
Same thing. Yeah, that's fair.
And this is where we're gonna break. I don't want to take his fun. Well, I guess next week we're gonna blow up some stuff. That's what it sounds like.
Kaboom!
I'm so nervous.
Hagen was made for this.
Right there. Let's blow up some stuff.
All right, well, thank you all for joining tonight. Oh, why don't we go around and let everybody know who you are, where they can find you again? I forget to do that some nights, and I wish I would not. Why don't we start with Tegan?
Hey y'all, I'm Tegan. I'm excited to blow things up. That's what I was designed to do. I am played by Kayla, who also has a vaguely Appalachian accent when she allows herself to. She's from Kentucky. You may know me on the internet as Just K or DM Dalliance. Following any of the links that have just gotten dropped in chat. You can follow all of my crazy chaos machinations that are too crazy to be dropped into Underground Oracle Publishing things, which if you know them means a lot. Check me out there as well. We're doing a lot of fun things, including some secret things that may be announced sooner rather than later. And I have been enjoying playing Tegan Foxcraft, and I will toss it back to Scott.
All right. Benny.
Hi, Benny tonight has been played by Nekola, aka Nekola the Druid on all the social places. Crazy stream producer, director of programming for Diversity Saves, crazy cat mom. Penelope has joined me and it has taken all of my brain power. Say hi to the audience, Penelope. Anyway, Benny is one of my favorites, and I had a great time. Cannot wait to blow things up next week.
Me too.
Hopefully we're not one of those things.
Walter.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Walter Gwynnon has been played by myself. I am Robby Weiss. If you're interested in following me for this or that, or some nerdy thing, or something I'm making, or something I'm gardening, go right ahead. I'm on a few of the socials at Weiss_Robby and a handful of other links. But thoroughly enjoying every single session that we have here, and I'm happy that you have come along to see these dark hills and hollers with us.
And perhaps the dark holes, too. That seems to be like it's coming.
Well, that's a new development.
All right. And Grimm. Not Grimm. And Father Bartimaeus.
Hello, everybody. I'm Father Bartimaeus, and I've been played by TR Grimm tonight. You can find TR Grimm at empathic_Scrim at all socials. He is a game designer and game reviewer.
All right. Well, we will see you next week. Have a good night, everybody. See you in 7 days. Enjoy the video. Bye.
Burning rock, crackles smoke out of the mountain's mouth, hollowed by a cut, by a slash, by a fiery blow. Running through the valley like it's running through my veins, while red-eyed crows keep watch underneath the blood-red moon. My slunch-wise soul cries out to rise up against the tide of dusty songs cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain.